on back with another one. How you doing, guys? Hope you're doing well. So, tonight we're on the Marzen by Camden Town on the perfect draft. Coming in at 5.7%. This is not the first time I've tried this. I did try it at PDCon, but I don't really remember. I was a little bit worse for wear by the time PDCon rolled around, and especially by the time I got around to the bloody Marzen. So, I have poured it, but I poured a bit of a wonder, so I'm just letting it settle a little bit. There you go, beer in the glass. It's a lovely sort of dark, ambery sort of colour. Steady bits of carbonation, sort of quite a nice sort of creamy, fluffy head. Probably 2-3 fingers. It's more like a bloody 6-finger head before, but you know, we're getting there. We'll let it settle. Before we get into the meat and veg of this, just want to say goodbye to the main man, all the beer, no idea, Bazza. He's called it today on YouTube. He's done his, everybody knows him. He's done his time on bloody YouTube. Christ alive, he's been here for every part of bloody YouTube furniture. He's old Bazza, man. I first discovered Barry through JB, Mr. Northern Southern Beer Reviews. He always hyped up Barry, all the beer, no idea. So I got into watching Barry's videos. Loved all this stuff. He had a cracking sense of humour. I was fortunate enough to meet the bloke as well a few months ago. What a lovely, lovely bloke. Gutted you quitting, Baz. Hope you come back eventually. But, you know, I know you've got your reasons or whatever else. And fair dues, you know, we need to meet up for a pint at some point. Or 10. But, yeah, big up to Baz. I hope that hopefully you come back one day. But if not, then, you know, thank you for all the content that you've pushed out, because you've been the man for everything for donkey's years, you know. So anyway, without further ado, let's get on to the Bavaria, shall we? Looks a bit better now, doesn't it? Settled down a little bit. Still a lovely kind of dark ambery colour. One finger sort of white fluffy head. Let's have a whiff. Cheers. Grainy, malty. I've got this set at 5 degrees, by the way, in the Perfect Draft Pro. Biscuity. So that biscuits. Malt biscuits. That's really nice. I will just double check how much this cost, because, full disclosure, I actually won this at Perfect Draft Con. There was a bit of a pub quiz thing going on, and I came in the top 2, top 3, I think it was, somewhere around there. And we got a free keg, so it would normally have cost a keg of, it would normally cost £38.50, which I don't think is too bad at 5.7% personally. You know, take your $5 off whatever for your keg. You know, you've got a pretty good deal going on there, I think, for what's hopefully going to be a really nice beer. We'll soon find out. Let's just have a quick whiff before we go in again. Yeah, sort of malty grain, sort of slight bready, sort of biscuity, kind of brown bread. Cheers. Let's get stuck in. It's a bit thin compared to the other Marzens that I've had, especially that Inger Marzen. There's a bit of a lack of depth to the body. It's malty. It's sweet. It's slightly kind of a bit of toffee going on there. Kind of like a sweet toffee. I guess that's from the malts. A bit of breadiness. It's nice. How does it stack up against the other Mars, like proper Marzens? It's difficult to say. I'll have to do a comparison because it's all right. It's not amazing. It's not incredible. It's perfectly drinkable. It's quite nice. It's pretty pleasant, but it's just not. It's lacking that oomph for me personally. It's lacking that. I think it's the body. There's no sign of the alcohol. The alcohol's non-existent. Sorry about that. The alcohol doesn't exist. There's no sign of the alcohol at all, which is always a good sign. yeah, sweet, malty, bready toffee, but it's all quite subtle. There's not any real big punchy flavours. Sort of, it's there, but they're all quite subtle for me. It's not a bad beer by any means, but it's not the best beer that I've ever had on the Perfect Draft. That's for sure. Is it the best in its style? Certainly not. No, but it's not a bad take. You know, Camden they're a pretty commercial brewer. You know, I'm sure they won't mind me saying that. And they've gone out of the way and they've tried to make a Marzen. And they've not done a bad job, to be honest with you. They've done a better job than Brew York did. To me, that was more of an ESB, personally. You know, shoot me in the comments if you want. Feel free. Fucking, you know. It's not bad, but there's just, the flavours are all very, very, very subdued. And the body's what lets it down for me. The body's just a bit, not really thin, but just not quite there. But overall, it's not a bad attempt. Fair play, Camden, for having a crack. It's damn sight better than I could do. Don't know about you guys, but fucking, you know, out there on YouTube, damn fucking sight better than what I could do. It's not a bad beer. It goes down pretty well. Very easy to drink. It's just difficult to compare it to the German Marzens. You know, it's a good attempt by a fairly commercial English brewer. So fair play to Camden. They've had a crack. They've not quite stuck the landing. They've kind of fumbled a bit, but it's not a bad beer by any means. Would I buy it again? Probably not. Probably not. I've got 10, you know, I've got 9.5 pints of this still to get through, so probably not. Is it a bad beer? Not by any means. I say probably not. I'll maybe buy it again next year if it comes around. See if it's sort of maybe improved it a bit, see if it's changed, but we'll see. But all in all, it's not a bad attempt by Camden. It's not the best Mars I've ever had. I've had worse though. I've had some dodgy ones out, you know, from other places. But fair play, they've had a crack. They've done a pretty decent job. They've not quite nailed it down, but fair play. You know, it's a solid. I don't really rate anything, but you know, it's probably sort of the higher end if I was to rate it. So fair play to Camden. They've had a crack. They've not quite nailed it to say, but they're near enough there. It's all right. It's not incredible. It's perfectly drinkable. There's no sign of the alcohol. The flavour's a little bit muted, but it's still there. You know, I'm waffling on now. Let me know if you've had it in the comments. Drop a like in the video. Subscribe. It's free. We're on the way to 1,000 subscribers. Take care of yourselves. I will catch you next time. Peace.